thought I'd put together a trading video of how I managed my several trades today on INTC. I think I took a total of 4 trades, and I'll show them. I'm going to show them on my Thinkorswim charts just because that has my VWAP and the 20-minute moving average. We're looking at the 1 minute here, but I also look at the 5 minute as well. So to start off, my first trade was building a position pre-market. I built up a full position. Basically, the way I entered was on some weakness, right? There was a high, a pullback, a lower high, and then a break for a lower low, and through the VWAP. So I said, all right, it's worth risking, the starter position with the risk of high or pre-market highs. So that was my first one. Then I added once price went up, down in my favor, it came back up, kind of held this 38 level, and then I added, and basically this time I'm almost at 2 times the normal position. So when I do that, my stop also comes down. So it went from high of day. Now I brought it down to, I think it was 15, 38.15. So I'm still risking the same amount of capital, but now I'm doing with a lot more shares, or twice the amount of shares. So basically the price held, and my targets from 38 were going to be 37.50 and 37.30. So price kind of fluctuated back and forth. Took a little bit of heat, a few cents, and then finally broke down. Came into the 50s, the half level, and as expected, kind of saw a pullback. Now, normally, so I peel off half. When I do that, my stock comes to break even. And then I got out on a little bit of a pullback. My idea originally was to have it come back into VWAP, which it did, but I was managing another symbol trade at that time, so I didn't get a re-enter. And then it went right down into this 30s level that I was originally targeting, and I'll show you why. So basically on the 5 minute, so if you look at the 5 minute, you'll notice that the 20-minute moving average is kind of what I follow on the 5 minute. Price has a big magnet, and it's also a support level. So again, the first target was 50s at the half, and then this was at that point was basically 37, 30. You see that support held here. All right, so then we follow it back up. So I'm out, nice profit early. Psychologically, I have kind of money to play with in a weird way to look at it. Bounces back up. So I was patient, right? It was kind of grinding back up, and then it hit VWAP again. So I got in once again. Switch to the 1 minute real quick. So same thing as before. I watched it kind of pierce through and then add it. So now I'm in 2 times position again. So same thing. Now I'm in an average of, I think it was like around 70, 37.70. Now I'm risking high of day, or I'm sorry, 38 again. That psychological 38 is my, so I'm risking about 30 cents. And so from 70, I watch it come back down, break through this 50 level. 50 became a big number today. Broke through the 50. Then I filled here for half of my position. Price came back, made a newer low, which was good. It's what I wanted, but I was still now targeting low of day. So I was still holding out, and then price started to go back up against me. So here's what I did. My stop now was tightened down. Originally on this fill, it comes to break even, and then as it starts to like to trail down. So I was trailing right over this pivot high. Price came up around the 50s, and then it broke through. So this pivot here is pretty strong. So what happened was, as I'm trailing my stop above at 55. Price bounced, didn't hit the low of day, came back up, and so now I added the shares that I sold down here, that half position. I re-added back up at here. And the reason I was willing to do that is because, again, my stop didn't change. My stop was at 55 and 56 actually, and so I'm risking, and I got in at maybe 52. So I'm risking 4 cents on those shares that I've already made, right, all of that on. So price, is hoping this would hold 55, 56 hit. I got stopped out, came back down. Now typically I would be patient enough to wait till it came back up to VWAP again, because obviously it's reacting hard off of VWAP. It didn't make it up there, but so what I saw was this rolled over and had some strong price action that wasn't going to break the new swing high here. So I get in the feeler position at, I want to say 55, and I know this 50 is that psychological level, and it's been holding all day, one way or the other. So I added it 52. So now again, I'm in 2 times my normal position, anticipating the break of the 50 as my confirmation. Stop is not up here at VWAP. It's at first it's a VWAP, but then when I add on, it's this pivot high. Again, more shares, but same dollar risk. So now I'm risking this pivot high. Price breaks down, and here's that 30 level. Now it's 30 is way beyond the 20 moving average on the 5 minute, but basically this is low of day, right? So if we kind of look left, this fill is basically testing low days. I like to peel off at major support levels like a high of day. There's a good chance it could bounce back up, and if it breaks through, I'm still carrying shares through that. So I peel off at 30. Now I'm targeting the 37 level. If we make new low of days, and so we do. We make it. I'm excited, right? The trade is working as I expected. We break it, but barely. And so it didn't come with conviction. It didn't really come with a lot of volume. So what happened is price retraces, and so just like my trade management, I brought my stop to break even on that fill, and then I start looking at these pivot highs. So as it makes new lows, I'm thinking the trade is working in my favor. It comes back, but as soon as it breaks that, I look at it, my bias is wrong. So I get out the second half of my position. Then look what happens. It comes back up to VWAP. And it hits VWAP, same thing, spikes through. I noticed that it's holding, at least for now. So now I'm willing to get in, and I get in at 57 again. With this time, it's the third time, and so it doesn't always hold, and it's getting close to the last hour. So I'm not sure. There's a lot of volume. It could push right through, or it could tank. I don't know. So now I go into half a position with the stop very, very tight over that pivot high. So as price comes back down, I put orders under the 50 because, again, mentally, I think if 50's been holding all day, if that breaks again, I'll add. So I got filled at 58, so I had a 52.5 average, and then price kind of comes down. It goes in my favor, makes a new swing low, which is looking good, and then basically now it's just really tightening my stops, right? So now I put it right above this pivot, and so I get filled at, I think it's 54. On 52.5, so a little bit of red of a penny and a half on again, most importantly, on this is a half position. This is a half position for one full position, or half of what I've been trading for this. And as you can see right now, price is kind of come back up here for the fourth time. So that's basically it. For me, the key things are being patient and waiting for my areas, trailing my stop so that when I think it's wrong, breaking of certain levels, then to get out and trail. It's hard. I did 4 trades today. It was very nice. On every single one was profitable. Minus actually this last one was negative penny. But overall, a really good day. Ideally these could fade all the way down to 37, low 37s like I had anticipated, but I'm just a participant in the market. I have no idea what it's going to do. And I'm glad I got out here because now we might break this swing and go higher at the close for the last half an hour. So that's it. I hope this was helpful.